I'm the representative for Group Capablanca. So, a brief history about myself. I'm a UTP student, which is University Technology Petronas. So, I participate in a co-curriculum which is chess. So, the code is KFP1171. Okay, so I'm a semester 2022 intake student, and the instructor for our chess co-curriculum is called Sir Abdul Rahman. We usually call him Ustad. So, we're going to present about a pro player called Capablanca. So look forward to it. So there are 7 members in our group in team Capablanca. So the first one is Muhammad Fakrul, Akash, Muhammad Nasrullah, Nur Amirah Syahidah, Nurul Solihah, Ahmad Azri Afiq, and me, Adam bin Su'aid. So all of us are going to present about one of the pro players, which is Capablanca. Yeah.
Hi, so for the family background, Jose Raul Capablanca y Gruapera was in the Castillo del Príncipe in Havana, Cuba. His father, Jose Maria Capablanca, was an army officer in the Spanish Army. He was a lieutenant in the cavalry division stationed in Moro Castle, Havana. His mother was Maria Graupera y Marin, a housewife. Jose M. Capablanca and Marin had 11 children. The oldest son was Salvador. Jose Raul was their second son. Alicia was their first daughter. Other brothers included Ramiro, Aquiles, and Carlos. Other sisters included Graciela, Aida, Zenaida, Clemencia, and Hilda. So Jose Capablanca died in 1942 of a brain hemorrhage. That's all.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Azri Afiq bin Ahmad Azman, and I want to explain to you about a coach and training system for Capablanca. So, Capablanca does not have coach. Okay, that's a bit surprise, and surprisingly, he is a truly genius because first, he was just simplifying positions and keep the exchange of pieces to the end when both sides are left. Second, he made the game look draw, but everything was according to his plan. And lastly, the winner has just set to the stone. So, to make an easy assumptions, he was one of the players that moved his pieces in most flexible, rearranging and readjusting to his plans spontaneously. So what I tell you about him is he was a truly gifted player. And as you can see, there was the picture Robert James that was the famous player, chess famous player that has been inspired by him because of Capablanca games play. Alright, we go to the next slide.
Opening style. As white queen gambit declined, he plays 36 games. White pawn to d4, black pawn to d5, white pawn to c4, black pawn to e6, white knight to f3, black knight to f6, white bishop to g5, black knight to bd7, white pawn to e3, black pawn to c6, white knight to bd2. For knight, he plays 27 schemes. White pawn to e4, black pawn to e5, white knight to f3, black knight to c6, white knight to c3, black knight to f6, white bishop to b5, black bishop to b4, white castle, black castle, white pawn to d3, black pawn to d6, white bishop to g3, black bishop to c3, white pawn to c3, black queen to e7, white rook to e1, black knight to d8, white pawn to d4, black bishop to g4. As blacks, Queen Indians, he placed 15 games, white pawn to d4, black knight to f6, white pawn to c4, black pawn to e6, white knight to f3, black pawn to b6, white pawn to g3, black bishop to b7, white bishop to g2, black bishop to b4 check. King pawns, he plays 11 game, white pawn to e4, black pawn to e5, white knight to f3, black knight to c3, white bishop to c4.
Range of the player of Capablanca. Capablanca is only have lost 34 from serious game, which is he is be undefeated at 10 February 1916 until he lost to the Oscar Jazz in the New York 1916. Capablanca have played 63 games, winning 40 and have draw 23 games. Also, Capablanca was known for his light touch on the board and his ability to perceive his next move quickly. One of his biggest strengths was he has no real school of chess, although that strength has now become as a style which reproduces newer grandmasters such as Bobby Fischer.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Fakus Laluan, and I'll be continuing on the theory learned. So, we know that Capablanca was born on the 19th November 19, 1888 till he died in 1942. Capablanca, he is known for his endgame skill and speed of play. He's also the 6-time world chess champion from the 1921 to the 1926. It is also he also won 40 out of 63 games he played, and his play style is actually rely more on the controlling the center. Capablanca doesn't actually have a coach, so he is self-taught, and the way he plays that he first simplify the positions and keep exchanging pieces, and then he makes the game look like draw but actually winning position to him, and then lastly he moves his pieces the most flexible and rearranging and readjusting according to his plan. He lost his title to Alexander Elhain in 1927. That's it for me. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Soleha and my ID is 22007933. So in this slide, I'm going to talk about the sample of the Capablanca game. So these are the notable games of Capablanca. The first one is Capablanca versus Tadakawa in 1924. The result is 1-0. Then we have Lascaux versus Capablanca in 1921. The result is 0-1. Later we have Capablanca versus Fonarov in 1918. The result is 1-0. Capablanca became the third world chess champion after he won from Emmanuel Lascaux in 1921, but later he lost the title to Alexander Elhain in 1937. Now I'm going to show you a sample of the endgame from the game of Capablanca versus Fonarov in 1918 that's called the Nutty Professor. So let's watch the video. Now this is the position before the endgame. So let's see how the players move. So now white bishop capture e5, black rook to d1, white rook capture d1, black bishop capture e5, knight to h6 check, king move to h8, queen capture e5, black queen capture e5, now knight to f7 check. Now this is where Fanarov resigned from the game and Capablanca wins. So now let's see what is other possible outcome if the game continued. Now black rook capture f7, white rook to d8 check, black queen defend to e8, white capture e8 check, black rook defend to f8, white capture f8 checkmate. Now another possible outcome of the game is black king move to g8 and the white knight capture e5. So now black is short by 5 points compared to white. So that's all from me. I pass to next person.
Welcome back. So yeah, you've heard like all of my friends present their part regarding to Capablanca. Jose Raul Capablanca, one of the phenomenal player in his era. So to be simple, like he won the third chess world championship, and yeah, he is like one of the top tier player. So yeah, when you look at his gameplay style, it looks like the match is going to end with a draw, but the results say otherwise. He has his way of manipulating the chess and all of that. So yeah, when he is like a white player, he used a move called Queen Gambit Decline and 4 Knight, while in his black player, he used Queen Indians and King's Pawn. Really like an underrated move actually. So yeah, one of like the best game, I think in my opinion, is when he battling Fanarov in 1918, Tartakova in 1924, Lesker in 1921, and Nimzowitsch in 1927. The top tier game that I've seen in a long time. So he was undefeated for 8 years, but yeah, and he is the most skilled player at that time with his incredible speed of thinking. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for listening to our presentation, and yeah, that's all from us. Thank you.